Can you hear the phone ring?
No.
Oh, that's funny. It's this. Can you hear that?
Yep.
541 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, this is not how this works.
Hey, motherfucker.
He can't hear you. Hold on, wait. Maybe I can try this. Now say it.
Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah. What the fuck? Wednesday, right? Huh. I think I have Jen on Instagram.
How is mining lithium greener than drilling for oil? Explain it to me like I wear a mask alone in my car.
Do I message? Do you know where Jake is? He's supposed to be doing the podcast. Do not come.
I love the edit where they do that and then it has Trump, the Trump one. I'm gonna come. Find that.
Do not come. Come everywhere. Hey. Okay, so here's my list so far. Oh, here's something you should think about. If you were dating somebody, who would be your hall pass chicks? Or dudes, I guess. It could be dudes. I don't know.
If Ryan Reynolds popped out of the door and says, one chance only, suck my dick. Now, I'm not gay, but I'd also be the guy that sucked his dick.
Yeah, that's probably true. Huh. Okay, well, this might be the shortest episode of my show without Alex and Jake. Oh yeah, so think of that list. Do you know what the uncanny valley is?
No.
You never heard of that?
Oh.
So it's this thing that humans have developed where we can look at something and tell you if it's human or not. So like that movie Megan that comes out, it's not about Megan Jones. No. Like you can clearly tell that there's something that's like not right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's evolutionarily at some point in time we needed that. So what was it that we ran up against as people that we're like, that's not a human?
Skinwalkers.
Exactly.
That as soon as it clicked, I've heard Uncanny Valley before.
Yeah.
But I maybe not that term, but something similar.
And I know Jake knows it.
As soon as you started explaining it, I was like, oh, Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers, yeah, like or even maybe it's so far back as like Neanderthal or something along those lines, or right? Sasquatch, or who knows.
Wendigos.
Maybe the Wendigo ate your baby.
Well, no, Wendigos.
They're not the same.
They're more of they make a human noise. Yeah. And attract you in the woods.
Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigos, not when. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm.
I had to think about it. I'm like, what? Oh yeah.
The Wendigo is the Australian cousin to the drop bear.
Right. and the hoop snake.
And the hoop snake.
They're all related. Mhm.
Yep.
And then I wrote down Ken Block, Barbara Walters, and Jeremy Renner. We can also talk about the kid that plays for the Bills that had a sudden cardiac arrest, and
Yeah.
we can talk about why
Oh.
we took sudden cardiac arrest classes to coach.
Mhm.
What?
So apparently, I read an article earlier. There's federal agents at like at the hospital.
Why?
That's the question. The
Huh.
feds sent people to the hospital to keep media and others out.
Huh.
I mean, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but that's how you start a conspiracy.
But that's how you start a conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
That's That's
like
weird.
I feel for the guy. That's terrible.
Right.
But why the fuck are you sending federal agents to this guy means a lot to a lot of people, but
Yeah.
to seemingly someone that means nothing in society, large scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand.
His charity is fucking raking it in though.
What blew up? Yeah.
Yeah, which
I mean, that's
you know,
for sure. Like it said he had a goal of $2,500 and he had $1 million in the first hour.
Mm-hmm. I did see what was it? Stephon Gilmore and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They donated, and it made me laugh because it put their amounts.
Yeah.
And Stephon Gilmore donated $2,000, which is great. Yeah. That's awesome. Like I know he's got it. Like cool.
Right.
Tom Brady donated $10,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know, there's the pay scale.
Right. For sure. I saw Chris Jericho donated $10,000 and there's a $5,000 limit on how much you can donate, so he's misspelled his name.
Oh, nice.
And then donated again.
Mm-hmm. I don't like when charities do that though. When they put multiple people, they're like, hey, these people donated to us. Yeah. Here's how much they donated. Like, I don't need to know how much they donated because I feel like it turns into a pissing contest when the whole point is for charity.
And then they're like, can we make pea missiles?
Yes. Pea missiles. Anything from Jake?
No, Bales text me.
He should know what's going on.
Right. Right now, I'm texting them both. Or I'm texting the group that I'm in with Alex, Jake, and Bales. And Bales is the only one that texts. And I said, well, Jake is not on his podcast. Neither is Alex. Right now, it's my show with Robin and Dave.
Look at me. It's Alex right now.
It's true. All right, man. No.
Well, these people.
They could have been anywhere in the world. What do you mean, you people?
That's what I've been meaning to do to him. And next time he says these people, like, yo, what do you mean these people?
Oh man. Oh, my love. Michael's going through some crisis right now. It's the Beanie Haunter Christmas. I'm glad The Office made several Christmas episodes. They really tried to. I feel like they tried to hit as many holidays as they could. They didn't do a 4th of July because they're like, well, we're off in the summer. And they never made like a Thanksgiving, but they did Halloween, they did Valentine's Day, they did Christmas. Did they ever do Easter? Bale says, my show with Alex and Jake, performed by Robin and Dave. That's funny. Oh, man. That's a good one. I'm going to write that down. Ah. What other things happened? God, so many. It just seemed like the news kept getting crazier this last week. Like Barbara
Right.
Walters and I think it was yesterday morning when they were like the drummer from Earth, Wind and Fire died. And I know it's because I'm watching Good Morning America and Robin Roberts is an executive producer, and I know she really is like, we need to make sure that we point out that people are black. And I'm
Right.
like I feel like that's what she's doing. I could be wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I've noticed it. Like I don't know. It's interesting. It doesn't bother me any. We should get Bales on here. I'm gonna text him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny. Just you, me, and Bales.
Yeah.
My show with Alex and Jake, performed by Robin, Dave, and Bales. Because clearly they don't want to be on my show. So, way to start out the new year, guys.
Yeah.
It's the 4th of January, 2023. Ow, my ankle itches. Dude, we had steak for dinner at my mom's, and my dad sets the fucking steak knife that he cut up his steak with right there where my plate goes. So when I set my plate down to cut my steak, the fucking knife jumps off and it hits me in the ankle, and I go, ow! And I look down and there's blood.
Oh,
And I
Jesus.
hear Grayson from the other room, oh, watch out for that. I'm like, little motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Fuck you up, kid.
Maybe I should go look at TikTok real quick and see if there's anything. This old guy walks up to the camera and he goes, back in my day, we didn't call you Karen. And he goes, we looked you dead in the eyes and called you cunt.
Dude, so I've been running. I built that M4, and then I had to use one of my modification slots for a larger magazine.
Yeah.
Or I could have. Then I was like, no, or I can just run the 5.56 Icarus and then not have to worry about it.
What gun was I messing with?
But the reload on this is slow as shit.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of those where you can, like, if you unlock this part for the wrap H, it'll like increases everything like a whole bunch, maybe makes you move a little slower. And I was like, dude, that's what I need. Let's go. Make that happen. Let's see, do I have any messages yet? No messages here. But there's Bales does not have Skype. That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like.
Oh yeah, I still have a small backpack. Need that.
And so that seems like a minimalistic problem.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, I have Skype on my phone, my Xbox, and my laptop, and I think on my desktop computer. Let's try calling him again. Maybe calling him, he'll hear it. Goodbye, my love.
Why isn't it not?
Automated voice message system.
Huh.
Well,
It's not putting my insured slot.
do you have attachments on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to change mine, because it wouldn't let me That's why so many matches I went into the game without a weapon because it wouldn't let me have a blueprint as my weapon. Oh, that dude is on my friends now. Oh, there's his whole thing. It's Skypora hashtag 1020827. Okay, well, I'll look for him after we end this early because Jake doesn't want to get on here.
Mm.
He's
Sure,
probably
that's-
going to be like, oh, we were watching a movie and I
Right.
forgot. Probably Monday messed him up. So I should post, this is what I should do is post, like, download this and post it as like a bonus episode. Like season 1 or season 6 episode bonus. It's the boner episode. Oh, text out from Bales. It's the not knowing my he doesn't know his email password. That's the problem. Oh, that is funny.
Huh. Now I just put attachments on a different gun.
Yeah.
And then it was okay.
I don't know, man. That game's got so many fucking bugs in it. Stupid.
Yeah.
Give him another 4 minutes. Oh, Michael. Sometimes your hoe ain't your hoe no mo. Oh my god. We need to get this sweater for Trevor for Christmas.
I have a big.
I'm gonna send that to Brian. Goodbye, my love. Let's see what else has happened. Oh, football games happened. Those those Trojans, man. The end of that game was pretty funny. I explained it to my dad because he was in Roseburg, and he was like, "What?" Yep, they screwed the pooch. You go from up by 15 with like 6.5 minutes left. Give up a touchdown, then screw up your kick return. Give up a safety because you're at the 1, and then they come down and score with like 5 seconds left or something.
Yeah.
Who else had a shitty game? Oh, UCLA, they sucked it up. And then
did they?
yeah, they ended up losing. So I feel like those losses don't count for us. But Utah, dude, they earned that one. Utah played like garbage.
Okay, see that time all I did was swap weapons and then went right back to the same weapon
Yeah.
and then put the attachments on and it did it just fine.
I don't know, man.
Were you using like a special blueprint?
I was using the one that I made that I was using in the regular game.
Huh.
So yes and no. Well, it's 8 o'clock. All right,
Yeah.
man. You ready to get off this fucking show?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're
Yeah.
at this bitch. It's another edition. It's another episode. It's not really because Jake doesn't know how to work the calendar. It's that new cat calendar he got
We were trying to do a podcast the other day.
the other day. Oh yeah, I watched Letterkenny too. Finished all them shits.
Oh yeah, I still haven't finished those.
I think we actually talked about it a little bit.
We did.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll save the rest of the stuff we had to talk about.
Maybe tomorrow.
Well, hey, these people.
You mean these people?
These people could have been anywhere in the world, but they're right here with us. That's right. It's DJ Easy Dick in the Jack Off Hour. We're gonna be jacking off the rest of the night. Yeah. We're gonna be getting back, giggity back on Call of Duty. Look me up, Oregon Miller, Deacon Logic, and Jake fucked up. Wait, who was that?
Donald Trump saying he's gonna come.
Oh, don't come. All right, man.
Later.
Hookers.
Every time I go to that place, I happen to have not eaten that day. So when I have the 2 beers that I have with my dinner, I get a pretty solid buzz going on. So I jump in the car, heading over here to Robin so we can record tonight, and I take Dole Road. I'm pretty sure you know Dole Road.
Yeah.
But I've been back for
Dole.
over a year and I haven't driven Dole Road. Not like there's anything special about it, but I just used to drive that road as a kid, right?
In a minute.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna take Dole Road. So I jump on Dole Road. I'm heading down, not speed, not doing anything crazy, just kind of enjoying the drive, listening to some music. And there's a car in front of me.
We listen to some Chris Stapleton.
No, Zach Bryan.
The guy from the McLaren race team.
No,
Nope,
Luke Bryan.
Wait.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's Luke Walton.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke Walton. Yes.
But anyway, there's a car in front of me, and I'm catching up to them, but I can tell that they're driving a little bit more erratically. So I hit the brakes a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'll give them some space. I don't really need to go fast. I've got time. So you pull into Myrtle Creek at that stop sign off of Dole Road.
Yeah.
And as I'm coming around the corner to pull up, I see that car take off. And as I come up to the stop sign, a cop right in front of me just fucking whips a Yui, and I'm just like, oh, get him! So I pull out and I'm following the cop, and he pulls over the dude that was in front of me.
Ooh.
I was like,
bad boys.
right?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boy.
Not that I got over because I was driving just fine.
Right.
But like I said, I haven't eaten today. Had a couple of heavy beers. It probably, if they wanted to get real ticky tacky with me, if they would have done, I probably would have.
Well, Oregon's a zero tolerance state, isn't that true? Like.
Well, they had zero tolerance for when I drove my Challenger through that fence.
Well, that was a little different. There was property damage involved.
Son of a bitch does it all the time.
He smashed.
It's fucking smashed, man.
So's the neighbor's fence.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair on that
one. To be fair.
And also, me being in corrections and living that life of I'm your buddy, you can tell me things. So I see that where this could go either way. The cops seemed pretty cool when I, wrecked my Challenger. And he's like, oh man, have you been drinking tonight? I was like, I had a couple beers. He's like, oh, no problem. Doing the whole, you're good. And I passed.
You're doing the whole admitting to a felony thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and it's kind of one of those lines where I had been drinking. I didn't want to lie a whole lot.
And if anyone's gonna find the line,
it's Dave.
That guy.
This reminds me of a cop story. Go ahead and finish.
But when they took me in, because he's like, well, you admitted to drinking, so we have to take you in for a real breathalyzer. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm good.
You're like, that's fine.
That's fine.
By the time we get there, I'm gonna be fine.
Right? And you guys, like all of us, you know me, to an extent, I hold my liquor pretty well.
You're like
I can-
Polynesian powers activate.
Right?
Metabolize liquor.
Right? Like I can hold it. I can act like, yeah, I like to drink and
Start
get a little
sweating.
wild,
It's
but
sweat
I
starts
can
coming
hold
down
it
his
and
forehead.
act sober. So we get there and they finally do the test, and I am way above the fucking limit. And both of the cops look at me and they're like, something's wrong with our machine. We're going to test you again in 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, no problem. They test me again and it had not gone down. So apparently I was way more drunk than than anyone thought I was.
Well, that's always the thing. Is like whenever I hit a breathalyzer, they're like, "Oh my God, you're like 0.16." I'm like, "Yeah."
Santa Claus.
And you're still ugly. Hey, what's up? What's up, cross-eyed Santa?
I wonder what's in those cookies there, bud.
I want some of them cookies.
Hey, Santa.
Mhm.
So that reminds me, like normally I have a don't admit to anything approach with the police, because generally admitting to things is how you get in trouble for shit.
Yep.
Because most cops don't actually want to do any work. If you don't admit to shit, they probably won't ask a lot of questions. If you just
Cops are like everybody doing their job. Nobody wants to do extra work.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to do any extra work. Just fucking let me go about my day. I just want to sit here and do my paperwork. Just don't speed by me, but too badly, and we'll be fine. Don't make my thing go beep 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 beep, and we'll be fine.
Right. Yeah. Just a quick note. I had a policy with the inmates when I was in prison. Don't make me do more of my job, and your day will be fine.
Yep. So I'm driving back. This is after the Red Box Bowl. So I'm driving back in the Mazda, and I've probably to this point, I've probably smoked a quarter of weed this day. And so the car just reeks. This is before the construction in Tacoma had finished, and I just I'm whipping through traffic because I want to get home, and like I do it right in front of a cop, and he pulls me over, and I have no license plate on my car. I have I had insurance, but the car was loud as hell. I was stoned. And like the guy comes walking up like, "Hey, how we doing tonight?" I'm like, "Hey, officer. Yeah, I've been driving from Milpitas, California, and I got some candid photography from my girlfriend, and I'm a little excited to get home." And he's like, "Oh, I understand that. Well, hey, I just wanted to make sure, you weren't drunk or anything. It's just right after New Year's and all that." I'm like, "Yeah, I went to a football game down in California, bowl game, Red Box Bowl. I just started just spilling information.
Yeah.
Just more than I would ever share with anybody.
Right.
Like anybody. Like a guy that I knew regularly, I wouldn't tell this much stuff about my weed. And the guy's like, "All right, well, here's your license. I'm gonna let you off with a warning. You were being a little erratic, but you're almost home. Just keep it safe." I'm like, "Yes, sir." And like no mention of anything. I mean, and like the built-in excuses, yeah, last night I smoked in here in my car.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because I have kids in the house and I don't want to smoke.
Because that's what Newports are.
Because that's what Newports are.
That is somehow correct.
Ding.
Yep. I had something. So.
Yeah, Dave, tell us another story about how you fooled the cops.
This one I actually did fool the cops. I didn't admit to it because I hadn't wrecked a vehicle. So back in 2005, I worked at this fine dining restaurant. I don't know why I say it. I don't know. Go Ducks. I don't know why I say it like that, but it's Caneyville, Oregon, and everyone knows exactly where that is.
It's exactly.
Yep.
Strawberry pineapple.
Ooh, nice.
From the Portland cider.
Cider.
Yeah. 6.5%.
Did you soak it
in
cider?
No, it's a Dixon.
It's a Dixon cider.
Dixon cider.
All right.
Start your day with a nice Dixon cider.
Oh, crocky.
Get your Dixon cider.
Yeah.
Someone get her a towel. Here's come on, Eileen. Anyways, so it was my last day at this restaurant. On that night, a bunch of the servers, air quotes, messed up on drink orders.
Oh no.
Oh.
And it was the old, oh, this is not the right drink. Here, Dave, take
Better
this to
drink
the
it.
back and dump it out
Down
and
your
take care of
throat.
it.
Yeah.
And they happen to mess up on a lot of drinks that I enjoy to drink.
So weird.
It's
Yeah.
weird how that. Why would that ever happen?
Oh,
In
well,
a
I guess
world.
technically I was 19 years old at this time, so every drink was something I enjoyed drinking. So anyways, I down all these drinks, get off work, I go home, I change out of my uniform from work, and I get in my Jeep and I'm heading to my girlfriend's house at the time, which was like a 20-minute drive from my place. Get on the road, and I live on a back road. Everyone knows this that knows me. So I'm driving. Somehow there's a cop in the valley, which rarely is ever a cop
Never
in
happens.
the valley. Yeah. So he pulls me over because I guess I swerved at some point.
Because you gave him, he was bored and you gave him an excuse. That's
Yeah,
why he got
exactly.
pulled over.
So he pulls me over, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. No big deal. We start chit-chatting. He looks in the back of the Jeep, and there's open empties and a distinct smell of alcohol coming off of me. So he says, hey, so what's up with those empties back there?
Like,
And
well, you never collect cans?
And me, clearly not of age to drink. This is the one thing I did admit to. I said, oh, so I was on a camping trip this last week. We had some beers, and they probably just fell out of the bag. Okay, no problem. But why do you smell like alcohol? He's like, it doesn't smell like the general area of your car smells like alcohol. He's like, when you it smells like it's coming off of you. And I just look at him and say, so I work at the Camus room as a busboy, and I spilled some wine and liquor on my uniform. I was like, I'm heading to my girlfriend's house. I just changed real quick. I didn't shower. And he just looks at me and says, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I was carrying a big old tray full
Good
of
enough
stuff.
excuse.
And
Yeah.
he's like, good enough for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, stay with it. Stay in the lines. I'm like,
Good enough lie.
yeah.
I got pulled over one time. I was working at the Elks Lodge as a bartender for a little while, and I actually did spill some booze on me. And I am pulling out of there late at like 2:30 in the morning because I'm shutting down the bar.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out of there, and there's a Lebanon cop bored just fucking waiting for people. Pulls me over. Why does it smell like alcohol in here? I'm the bartender.
Right? Dude, speaking
Why
of
do you smell
bartending
like
at the
booze?
Elks, I'm a cop. Well, that explains a lot too. Working as a bartender at the Elks Lodge, like, was that cool? Like, I'm sure you heard a lot of cool stories, like, because it's older folk, like Elks Lodge. Nothing cool?
I never really heard any cool stories. You guys guys are lame. I made some pretty decent money though. I'd make a couple $100.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
well, I worked I made like $200 on Cinco de Mayo. That's pretty much just making margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, dude.
What happened?
Oh, just
Nope, it's too bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Halloween
I
pictures.
just found a whole bunch of pictures on my old MacBook. I was like, I'm gonna empty this thing and give it to Riv and Grayson. And I went to the photos, and I'm like, oh, there's like 8,000 pics. Oh, these are from my old phone, which I
Yeah.
don't have access to because I didn't save them anywhere but here. Cool.
Dude, that's cool. I had a date the next morning after that party.
Yeah.
And so like I drove back to Corvallis, and like I'm texting the girl. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I don't normally have a mustache, but I was Ron Swanson after sex for Halloween. And then she like I show up as Ron Swanson after sex for
That's
Right.
awesome. For some reason, I thought you were Jake from State Farm, but it was
No,
his
not
red
wrong.
shirt, and I was like, "That's Jake from State Farm." But
wrong color pants.
I couldn't see the pants.
Pants are black. It's
Oh,
'cause
well, I'm
it's
looking.
the Tiger Woods on Sunday outfit. It's after Ron Swanson has sex. He comes out in the red and black.
Right.
Mm,
Yep,
yep.
I see it.
That was
let's see if it's showing.
Alicia
Yep.
and I left in the middle of the party, didn't we?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm
to
telling
do
you, we did.
cocaine.
Well, no, because she had a photo shoot up in Portland, and for some reason, I got wrangled into going with her.
Because she's a cute girl with. She's a cute girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Only by looks.
Yeah, only if you're counting looks.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, and we stayed at Dino's place.
Ah.
I remember now.
Alicia and I
now.
crashed at Dino's, and
Yep.
then we went to the falls up there. What are the falls up in Portland?
Multnomah.
Yeah, Multnomah Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a photo shoot, and I just hung out there
Yep.
in the cold, and I'm like, why am I here?
Why am I here?
Like, what am I do? What is my there was zero purpose for me.
Oh shit! This video of me hip thrusting.
Right? It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, take it off. Jake it off.
What time is it? I'm gonna take a piss before we actually.
Yeah, why don't you go
do the show.
through a whiz? I gotta send this to Jen. That's fucking amazing.
You got 12 minutes.
How do I?
I can send you it.
Or you could just can you make it public?
I don't know. Like, it's all on my computer behind me.
Oh yeah, well just send it to me.
I'll do it later.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Yes, through my headphones I can hear you.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
He's loudly peeing.
Damn boy, you frying bacon in there?
All right, I'll just stop this recording. Well, two of us. Jake went. I'm pretty sure Jake went to go show that video to Jen.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Good times.
All right.
Great oldies.
So, I still have my notes from last time or last week when we were gonna.
Fuck.
I still have my notes from last week when we were gonna record. And then also we can talk about Dave's week and other things.
Oh, we're black.
Yes.
WNBC.
So I still, I just told Dave, and I'm gonna say it again. I still have the notes from last week when I was prepared. I had like 1, 2, 3, 4 things written down plus an idea to talk about. So
I got shit to talk about now.
well, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. So
yeah, been 2 weeks. Well, I don't remember shit that I was gonna talk about last week, but I got plenty of shit now.
Oh, like what?
Well, like going to wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Was that AEW?
Yep. And talk about.
And you can talk about the other wrestling going away.
Yeah, well, maybe we don't know because apparently that Saudi Arabia thing got disproven.
Oh, or maybe because it got out that they're like, nope, not doing it now. Fuck you.
Or maybe because it got out, they're like, oh, we need to make sure that nobody knows about this just yet.
Well, if it got out, so my thought would be if it got out that they were planning on buying a publicly traded company, that's going to make the stock prices go up, which means it's going to cost them more to purchase all those stocks. And they're like, not as cool as it was.
Yeah,
earlier, so.
They're like, yeah, that sucks. We don't want to do it.
But if a Saudi Arabian company or business or the king of Saudi Arabia or whatever they have, like if they decide to buy the WWE, do they move over there? Like, is that their new base, or do they continue in the U.S.? And
I don't know, but it would be Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salam is who's in charge over there.
Yeah, well, whatever Mr. Salami wants to do,
Mr.
he's gonna do.
Yo Mama bin.
Your mama been hiding.
Yeah, Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden.
Oh God.
Registration savings. Oh, we already
So
did that.
good. So yeah, I'll just bring up the things that I have written down
All
as
right.
we get to them. But something you want to think about, or maybe not. But one of the things I don't remember where it came from, but somebody was like, oh, I remember it was a video with Anna Kendrick on what is the Comedy Central guys show?
Trevor Noah.
Yep, she's on there, and he's doing his normal between the commercials or during the commercials thing with the audience, and she came out because she was like, oh, I've always kind of wanted to be a part of this. And he's like, well, nobody does that. And this chick goes, hey, so my boyfriend, he has you on his list. And Trevor's like, what's the list? And they're like, the hall pass list. And Trevor's like, what is that?
What?
Never heard of a hall pass?
Fucking
I've got
Brits.
I've got a hall pass list.
Yeah. So do you know you have your list like
It's like Rihanna, Christina Ricci.
well, save it.
Oh,
Dave, Dave, what did you work on a list, a hall pass list? If you had shut up, stop doing the Dave thing.
Okay.
Imagine in a hypothetical world
that I was
you had
in
a girlfriend.
Oh man.
And it's not Paige or somebody else or whatever.
Somebody like
like,
yeah. So,
there's like been
imagine
a
there
that you
imagine there was
that
a
I would have
chick.
enjoyed.
Imagine there was a chick that you liked being with, and she liked being around you, and y'all like.
Imagine there's this chick that
yeah.
you like, and she likes you,
Yeah.
and she'll like let you touch her thingies.
Yeah, that,
So
and
this
then
is
like.
So it's a work of fiction.
Yes, very much,
All
very much like Star
Much-
Wars, except for Star Wars is real. More like Star Trek. You get five chicks or dudes, I guess. Ryan Reynolds.
You could have like 5 dudes.
5 people that you would be like, hey, if the chance ever happens, like I can go touch her thingies.
That's how gay straight I am. Is if I was in a relationship, my list would consist of fucking dudes.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's about on par.
That's finding the line.
Finding the line. Yeah. All right, I'll think of my 5.
I've got 3 so far.
I wrote down. I think I have 4, and I think you can probably at least guess 1 or 2.
PVZ.
No. Is that your list? Because I don't.
You're not into Paige Van Zandt? I thought you liked her boobies.
No, and less so since she enhanced them, because I think they look worse. They're like
too big.
Her boobs? No, they're not too big. Her boobs look like this guy's fucking eyes.
Oh, she's got the
like,
old the cockeyed nipples, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The nipple's a nip. I'll take it.
No,
a
all
nip
right.
that's the name of the pre-show.
A nip is a nip. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm a big fan of nipples.
Aren't we all?
Do you remember there was a candy called Nips?
Yeah. They're like coffee flavored.
Do they still make those?
Yeah, they're like old people candy, but yeah, they still exist.
They're like the new age Werthers.
They're good. I love Nips. Yeah, they're like soft Werthers.
I've been thinking about carrying some Werthers in my pocket since I'm usually the oldest guy in my
God.
class.
You definitely need to start doing that.
Hey,
youngster, would you like a
pull
piece
it out
of
in the middle
candy?
of class, loudly unwrap it in the middle.
Just do it super slow.
So I'd be like, sorry, I'm trying to not make too much noise.
Did anyone notice that?
Sorry, you could hear that?
And then just stand up and turn around, because I usually sit in front of the class because I'm that guy.
Because you can't see.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's because I can't see the projector half the time.
My God. Because you're old.
Because I'm old. Just turn around and be like, don't worry, I brought enough for the whole class. Who wants a Werther's, huh?
All right, I got
my knee there.
My 5.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I got to think of my 5.
Oh, yeah, one of yours is super obvious. Super obvious.
Super obvious?
Super obvious.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure it is. Because
Wait,
we've
whose?
talked
Robin's?
mine. We've
Oh,
talked
we
about
should-
mine before.
We should do a
One of mine is just kind of a
Who do you-
placeholder.
whoever's going, the other two says who they think might be on the list.
Right. That's kind of what we're doing right now. Like, that's why I brought it up. Like, Jake's
Alright.
like, oh, I know some.
Yeah.
I got
I
one.
feel like,
'Cause
I know one of Jake's, I think.
Well, I said two of them.
Well, I know, but that you haven't said.
Really? Okay. See, I'm trying to look around at my media and see like,
Well, I was thinking like TikTok.
oh, that counts?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you can
Those
have
people
people
are-
from. You can have
those
no.
people are
There,
famous.
like, there's a chick singer, does TikToks. We always share them. She made a song about Taco Bell.
Yep, that's gonna go ahead and that's gonna go ahead and slide into a
Yep.
different spot there.
Heard
Yeah.
that.
What if you don't know their their real name?
That's
you
that's
can?
cool.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you run into them,
You
you'll
can
be
use
like,
you
"Hey,
can use their stage name.
what's up?" Their stage name.
You can
If
also
they have a stage name, that's even better.
you can also use their mask name, whichever is more comfortable for you. We're getting to it early. All right, man.
Hey,
Are you ready for a good ass show?
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again.
Finally
It's
back.
finally back. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And we're joined by the man that shrieks and the man that shows his peaks to the freaks. It's Dave.
If I hit 100,000 likes, I'll show you my penis.
Oh.
No, Robin.
Ah!
What? No.
I think that's an intro, and I will allow it. Thank you. I'm excited to be here, as you can tell. Yeah, and starting it all off. Let's go back to the man on the microphone. It's One Take Jake.
Yes, it's me back. from the
You
South again.
suck.
Hey,
Was that not the song?
that was the song.
You suck.
That's a
yeah.
bad lead in
You
there.
suck.
Yeah, we got plenty to
We
get
got
to.
things. I got notes.
We got stuff. We got things. I want to play this game that we. Well, I guess we should wait, or just let Dave go last.
Yeah, just let me go. Let's wait a little bit because I'm still.
I mean, that is the standard order. Robin has something written down. Jake comes up with things. Dave is like, I need to go last because I got to think.
Yeah, I usually by the time it's time to talk about it, that's how I did high school too.
Right?
It's like, when's the homework due? End of class? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, and that's how I was too. And then during my master's program, I started getting ahead and like doing things like you're supposed to. And yeah.
I will drink all the caffeine and intake all the nicotine and pull an all-nighter just to get it done. That's kind of my forte.
I can't work without the crippling fear of failure and crushing pressure of an immediate deadline.
Right, exactly.
It definitely helps, like, for me to get started with things. If I know that I don't have any more time to not do it, I'm going. But yeah, let's start off season 6 with a fucking bang.
Wow.
Speaking of bang,
so to speak.
I don't want to know your name. I just want bang,
bang, bang, bang.
Bang,
All right, so in the
wow.
pre-show,
Group X reference.
right? Let's go. We were talking about if you had a hall pass list, and then that we had to explain it a little bit. Basically, your list, it came from, I was watching TikTok, and a Trevor Noah TikTok came on, and it was basically a clip from his show where between or during commercials, he likes to just talk to the audience. Anna Kendrick heard this. She was in the back. She was one of the guests, and she comes out and she's like, "Hey, can I be a part of this?" And as she comes out, one of the people in the audience was like, "Oh my God, you're on my boyfriend's list." And Trevor's like, What is this list? What do you mean on the list?" Like, so then they explain the list, or the hall pass list, is the list of people you're allowed to sleep with if you run into them. It's usually celebrities while you're in a committed relationship. And so for Dave, he's going to pretend he has one of those. And so am I. And Jake has an actual relationship. He's married.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, so here,
One in a row.
one in a row. So I only came up with 4, but I think Jake has some guesses on my list.
I've got one guess. I also, I think we should do like a clue per guess to see if we can get closer to them.
Okay.
My first one, I'm just going to throw out there, the one that I realize I think is super obvious, is Margot Robbie.
Yes. Good call.
Yep. That's actually the only one I had in my mind.
Oh my God, she's so hot.
Let's see. Nope, that's the same actress. I'm thinking of movies. I'm like that chick from Wolf of Wall. Wait, no.
Yep.
Fuck, same
That's
woman.
what I was
Harley
damn it.
Quinn. Oh no,
Yeah,
same
no,
one. Damn
same
it.
one.
Uh,
I can't think of
well,
anything. else
so
in my
okay,
mind.
so here's some hints. For one of the other ones. Harry Potter.
Oh,
The redhead
yeah,
one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hermione.
Yep.
Fucking, yep.
Emma
Okay,
Watson.
Emma Watson. That makes sense.
her.
Mhm.
She'd get it. Party in the USA. Is it too much of a
Oh,
hint?
Miley Cyrus.
That's
Yes.
way too much
Oh
of a
my
hint.
God.
Is
I
it
would-
weird
I
that
would
even when I
lick-
say Miley Cyrus's name, because she had that whole show, the Hannah Montana.
Hannah
I always,
Montana. Yeah.
I always think
Hannah Montana,
Miley Cyrus
Hannah
isn't
Montana.
her real name. Like to this day, whenever I hear Miley Cyrus, I'm like, that's not her real name.
That's
Hannah
fair
Montana.
because like she came out with songs as Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would make sense. We all knew her as Hannah Montana first.
Right.
Then we found out she had a real name, even
And
though
her
she's
dad.
putting out music. Yeah. And then they're like, Billy
this
Ray's
was the order. Yeah, right. That was my order.
Oh.
My order was there's this chick on Disney Channel that I don't watch. Because we were all I don't know. I didn't watch the Hannah Montana show. I had just heard of it.
Definitely
But
did not.
it went from Hannah Montana to that's Billy Ray Cyrus's kid. Why is her name Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
Oh, her name's actually Miley Cyrus. That was my progression. So that's why I don't think of her as Miley
Then I was
Cyrus.
like, why does her butt look like a
Pancake?
rotisserie chicken?
Oh yeah.
I've got a bigger butt than Miley Cyrus.
I refuse.
Well, I mean,
Right.
okay.
So we've hit 3 of your 4.
I also got bigger tits.
Yeah, I only have 4. You might. But then I started thinking like in the past I had others, so I'm just gonna throw one of those in as number 5. But number 4 that is clearly on the list. She's older than I am. Blonde. And what was in that? Almost Famous? Is that the movie she's in?
Oh,
Reese without her fork.
Reese Witherspoon?
No, hold on. I'm gonna look it up and see what
Reese
movie
without
it is.
her fork.
She is on the cover of the movie trailer or poster. But she's
Jennifer
not.
Aniston.
No, but she would also get it. No, Almost Famous was right. She's the
Kate Hudson.
picture on the poster. Yes.
See, I get Kate Hudson and Reese Witherspoon mixed up all the time.
Okay.
I
can
get Kate
to, like,
Hudson
not have the
confused.
glare?
I get Kate Hudson
There we
confused
go.
with the bikini model.
The bikini model.
Justin
Kate
Vernon.
Upton.
Kate Upton. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like how I
It's a-
related that to
It's a
baseball.
very Katherine
It's like
Heigl,
right
Elizabeth Banks situation.
I
for
can
me.
see that. Okay, and then my 5th one that probably was on the list at some point. We'll say Mean Girls, not the star.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll say Ted
Jamie Lee
2.
Curtis.
No.
True Lies.
Lindsay Lohan.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes.
Yep.
She's got some big old titties.
She just won a fucking award
Oof.
for what's that show called?
D's nuts.
Oh,
The Dropout?
Dropout, yeah, the Dropout. She just got a
Yep.
Golden Globe, didn't she?
Love the Golden Globes. And I'm probably the only one that watched them.
Yeah, I was getting those. Well, we'll talk about them.
Jake was like, I'm going to go get bobbleheads instead of watching the Golden Globes.
I got a
How
lot of
dare you.
bobbleheads.
Where'd you get all these bobbleheads?
Oh, well, we'll get to that. We got to play this.
We'll get to that. Finish the game. All right. Jake, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. So my one guess, and I gave this one to you, was Doja Cat.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here like, I'm missing an obvious one.
Right? And that to me was like, that's probably the easiest one to guess. Because, yeah. All right.
So, okay, yeah. So that's one for 5.
Are you going to give us any hints?
One of them I've talked about on the podcast recently.
Katherine Heigl.
No, not that recently.
Not that recently.
We haven't done this in a couple weeks, so I don't remember.
It's in a weird movie.
What's the movie?
Right? Like
Buffalo
I'm giving
66.
The fucking chick from Casper.
She was also
Christina Ricci.
Yeah, her.
Bingo.
Black Snake Moan. I watched Black Snake Moan again the other day because we had talked about that other movie, and I was like, "Ooh, Black Snake Moan."
She gets her tits out in that movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's 2. Next one is another singer.
What type of music?
Miley Cyrus.
No. I would say, oh shit. I have 2 more singers.
Lizzo.
Actually. No.
It's about damn time.
I would not even want to
looking like the shit emoji.
Boom, roasted.
Okay, I got that. That's an Aries Spears joke.
Right. Borrowed the joke.
Borrowed the joke.
Still lands every time.
Still hits. Yeah.
Borrowed that joke.
Love it. Give us a song.
All of them would super give it away.
So did Party in the USA. Did I say that? Yeah.
S&M.
Oh, Rihanna. Duh.
Rihanna, yeah.
Duh. She was also on the Golden Globes.
My list just expanded to 6. Because of
I feel like my list just expanded to 6 is the name of
that's the name of this episode. You know what else expands to 6?
Hey.
Another singer. Let's see, a song that might not be obvious. How about this? It's a song. Rexa. It's a song that was on an episode of Beavis and Butthead this last season.
Cardi B.
No, but very close.
Megan Thee Stallion.
There we go.
Yes, I knew that one.
Yep, that's on the list. She's the newest addition. She was number 6. All right, so we've got the 1, 2, 3.
There are some whores in the house.
There are, yeah.
How are the schools?
Brand new, and there are some whores in this house. All right, so we've got one. She was in the same movie as Margot Robbie. That's a really good hint.
Cara Delevingne. No. Huh?
Other movie.
Other movie? Oh, the other movie?
Yeah.
Who's it? Who else is in that? I'm looking it up.
When I said the other movie, I meant Batman.
Oh yeah. Wait, is she in Batman?
This woman is in Batman. Boy, is she.
Drew Barrymore?
Oh, shit. She's on my list.
Wait, and you can't think of her name?
Not right now. I gotta look at my list.
Kate
No, it's fucking. She's on my list. She's going to be on my list, I should say.
She's going to be on my list.
So now she's not.
Kim Basinger.
No, it's fucking. God
Not
damn
that
it.
Batman.
No, it's the one with Bane. Dark Knight Rises.
The chick that plays Catwoman.
Yes.
Anne Hathaway.
Bingo.
Yep.
There we go.
That's a good one. I should have known that one.
You should have known that one. That was like
one of my hall passes.
That was like my OG. She's like my OG
Right?
Hollywood crush.
Dude, my OG would be like Tyra Banks when she was hot and skinny. God damn.
All right,
I used to have her poster on my
mine
wall.
Mine would be Danielle Fisher when she got thicker.
Danielle Thicker.
Danielle Thicker.
All right, last one. We have
Dolly
Parton. Dolly Parton. We have all laughed at her countless times. She
Sarah
is
Silverman.
God, no, ew. I don't need the MOT.
Wait, Pam? Pam from The Office? Oh.
Oh, that'd be a solid one.
No, she's got grandma face.
Man, she didn't always.
She didn't, but like if that's not fair.
Oh,
we can't
did I tell you about
eras?
I mean,
like
maybe.
Oh, we can't pick eras.
Did I tell you about her
Yeah,
talking
you can't
about
pick
people seeing her in
Britney
public?
Spears.
Like people see her in public and they're like,
"Oh, you're like an old Pam.
You look like an old version of Pam from The Office."
All right, so she was on The Office.
Oh,
Daughter of someone very famous.
Oh, I know who it is. She was also on Parks and Rec.
Yep, she absolutely was.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Ann Perkins.
Yep.
What's her name?
What's her name, Dave?
I don't fucking know. Hold on.
Rainn
IMDb.
Wilson.
Wait, who was the one that was on Batman?
Anne Hathaway. She was Catwoman.
Oh, yeah.
Rashida Jones, David.
That's right.
Who's her dad?
Quincy Jones.
I was asking Dave.
Why would I know that?
Well, you were looking at me.
I don't know, because we knew. I was just looking at the screen.
Well, hey.
Black.
You were looking at me.
The Ron Burgundy. Black. All right. Up next, we have Dave's top 5.
All right.
Dave's hot chick list.
All right, so before this...
Coming in at number 5.
I didn't know that we couldn't pick an era of this person.
Oh.
Yeah, because then I'd just pick 19-year-old Britney Spears.
Right.
And I would have picked 14-year-old
But I'm gonna go ahead and stick.
Whoa, no. Cut that.
Leave it in.
I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this though, just because I already made it. So the first one on my list, she was in a popular punk pop band.
Gwen Stefani.
In the early 2000s.
Sorry, I'm not home right now.
They have since rebranded their band to more of a pop synth kind of sound. She had red hair.
Oh, the chick from Paramore, Haley Williams.
Oh, I didn't know her name.
Back in my emo days, I listened to Paramore quite a bit. Actually, I still.
Jake, didn't we see Paramore?
No, we saw In This Moment and the other one, Hailstorm.
Oh, that's right.
That's a good show.
No, it wasn't.
Jake got in trouble.
I got in trouble.
Last time I saw Paramore was at Qualcomm Stadium before the Chargers left. I was in the Navy stationed in San Diego.
Is that why they left?
Maybe. But I couldn't find anybody to go with me, so I went to this concert by myself. But I'm in my 20s.
That's like the most emo thing, like,
right?
I'm
in my 20s. I'm sitting there with my black hoodie, zipped up, watching the fucking show all by myself. I left halfway through the set. I'm pretty sure I left like halfway through the set just because I started getting like upset about how like I'm by myself.
You were.
I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I came to this concert by myself and I'm not talking to anybody.
See, I had this revelation, like when I went to wrestling, like I really prefer, like, there are certain things I prefer to do on my own. One of them is go to wrestling, I realized. Um, Another one is kind of like I like going to concerts on my own. Um, and like I'll tell you why when I get to I'll bury the lead here and let Dave finish and talk about his top five. But I realized when I went to AEW, I really enjoy going to wrestling on my own. It was a weird experience. Anyway, go on.
Okay, so my next one, I'm getting it prepped because you're not gonna know who she is. But it's this random chick I found on Instagram.
Salma Hayek also makes the list.
Yep. And I've been
Ooh.
following her for a few years now. Her Instagram handle is just AJ Model.
Oh yeah, it's a good old AJ Modell.
Yeah, that one. But I'm just gonna send you a picture from her Instagram.
All right, well, we're gonna look at this half naked chick. You know what's
Yep.
interesting? Like I've pretty like my Instagram feed is pretty much just comedy shit and funny things and an occasional hot chick
I
on
put in
Instagram.
AJ Model and it's a dude.
Nope. I'm not finding the line with this list.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
So I
But
sent
I
that.
don't know. It seems like every time I log into Instagram, I see somebody's boobs.
Mhm.
Right, every time. It's like the
Oh yeah, all
top
the
of the
time.
thing.
Like,
it's like
and
boobs. I'm
nipple.
like,
And
Yeah,
full
and nipple.
on
I
Like
can
that's what I'm talking
find
about. I'm
boobs
not.
on my own.
right?
Yeah, I don't need to go. I'm not going to Instagram to see naked chicks.
I don't
Like there are
open
naked chicks
Instagram at
all
school
over the
anymore.
internet.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can't.
nope, not doing that.
Mhm.
Open Facebook and I was on another like the More Dudes Renaissance thing
Can't do
and there's
that
boobs. I'm
either.
like, bro,
Chota,
stop.
Yep.
culo, tetas.
All right, so number 3 on my
That was
list.
so good.
Number 3 on my list. The hint will be she played an elf in a trilogy.
Zoe Deschanel.
That's what I was thinking.
Nope.
But no, he's like, no, Lord of the Rings.
The chick who Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
No.
I don't wanna close my eyes.
I don't know any of the others, so.
Evangeline Lilly. She played.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evangeline Goes to Houston. I've seen that.
Yep.
What else is she
So,
on?
I don't know, but I just remember watching The Hobbit, and when she shows up, I'm like,
It's Ant-Man. She's the chick on
She's the-
Ant-Man.
She's the
Okay,
West.
I just watched that.
but as Turiel, that's where I know her from.
It's Hope Van Dyne.
Yep.
I don't wanna fall asleep.
But she has to dress
inside
up as
me,
Turiel,
baby.
is the thing.
And I don't wanna miss that.
No, that's
You
your
see-
thing.
Yeah.
See, like that's I kind of get that because like I kind of need the chick who is Domino to be dressed up like Domino from Deadpool. You know, like
Right?
that was kind of part of it.
That's
See,
that's the deal. Yeah.
I watch Harry Potter all the time though, and I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll wait till
Yeah, but
she's
she was like
older.
14.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
she's in
that's the
But
the
like
bling
now,
ring, oh
here's a
my
question.
god.
Here's a question: when now that she's a legal participating age,
Uh-huh.
put her back in the Hogwarts suit. Are you more down or less? I mean, you're still 100% down, but like,
I don't know that it changes.
all right.
I think I'm the same.
okay.
Who was it that played Mystique? Was that Halle Berry?
Halle Berry.
Berry.
Yeah. No, Halle Berry played Storm.
Who
Yeah.
played Mystique?
Mystique was John Stamos'
Model.
wife.
Oh,
Rebecca Romaine.
Rebecca Romaine,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Alright.
it was Jennifer Lawrence.
This has been
Also-
our 20-minute conversation.
Jennifer
Hot, who's hot.
Lawrence.
Mhm.
Jennifer Lawrence would probably, I think I might move her to number 5.
To me, Jennifer Lawrence just looks like the final boss of girls who wear leggings, Uggs, and drink PSLs.
Jennifer Lawrence, I think
Jennifer
Lawrence would
Lawrence
hang out
is-
and be a good time.
Jennifer Lawrence is the final boss of chicks that say I'm not like other girls.
That's
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. That's it.
I
Okay,
just said that in
so
different
number
words.
Yeah, you did. But I like the way I said it better. Okay, so number 4.
Tell me more about the chicks you'd bang, Dave.
She has the same first name as the Hogwarts chick,
Emma
Hermione?
Stone.
but she's got there you go.
Oh,
Emma Stone.
She was pretty hot in Zombieland.
Mhm.
She did the whole hair over one eye thing.
Have you watched La La Land?
No, what's that?
It's a musical with her and Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Filippelli?
Or what
I haven't
about
watched it,
the
but
other movie that they're both in with Michael
Steve
Scott?
Carell, yeah.
Yeah. What is
That's
that
a
one
good
called?
one. Love
That is a
Act-
good movie. No, not
No,
Love
not
Actually.
This is
looking it up.
40.
No.
Heaven
No.
Almighty. Is it the one with his head on the stack of pancakes?
No. Where is it?
I'm looking it up now.
I am too. I'm on Emma. I should have went to Ryan Gosling, but whatever.
Let's see.
I
what
went
other
But yeah.
movies.
La La Land would be a good one though to watch. Have you seen Aloha? She's in that, and she's supposed to play like a Hawaiian, but she's not. Crazy Stupid Love. There it is.
Yep, that is.
That's a good movie. Like
Yeah.
that's a good one where you can just kind of put it on and probably watch it a few times. Like it's good enough to watch multiple times. I don't know if Jake's looking at a spider on the ceiling or he's thinking.
I'm trying to think if Aquafina would make the cut.
No.
Nah.
I think she's like, I think I just kind of want to hang out with Aquafina.
I think she'd be cool to hang out with, but she looks exactly the same in everything. Like she always looks the same. So she's probably like low maintenance at least.
Yeah.
She probably drink PBRs and hang out with and eat wings.
Maybe, yeah.
One of the
Dave, was that
truest
5?
things. One of the truest
that
things
was
was ever
4.
said to me was, if
Oh.
there were wings on the menu, you would have ordered wings. You don't need to look again.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, yep.
All right, so number 5 shares the
Number
same first
5.
name. No, number 5 shares the same last name as my number 1.
Sharon
Oh
Stone.
my God! Why are all these like math problems?
Because he's taking math.
Because I'm in college.
I'm in college.
Oh,
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. This was a last minute introduction
come
onto
every
my
time?
list. But her last name's Williams, and she's in a TV show that lasted 6 seasons on HBO.
John Williams.
I was thinking Serena.
With really good music that Robin and I like to sing in Peter Griffin voice.
I'm surprised neither one of you said the dragon chick.
Oh, Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, fucking Game of Thrones.
Emilia Clarke, is that her name?
Amelia.
Amelia.
Nobody said Williams. I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Who's
Amelia
a
Clarke,
Williams?
though. Like I don't even know. Like I've
Game
never...
of Bones.
Here's another clue. She has no name.
Well, then how are we supposed to guess it?
Oh.
Oh yeah, Jake's
Arya.
never seen. Yep.
I don't watch
Maisie
Game of Thrones.
Williams. Okay.
Maisie Williams.
Have you looked at her recently?
No. Is
Yeah,
she hot?
I have.
She done got weird.
Yeah, she got real weird. But her face, like it's her face, like it's.
So
I
this
like her
is
face.
this is probably a fairly recent picture of her.
Mhm.
I
feel like she's always been weird, but
her
she got popular.
eyebrows are about as thick as Dave's mustache.
She looks like she's trying to lean into the whole Wednesday Addams aesthetic.
She's got the really short bangs that go like to there.
No,
Yeah.
I take that back. She's got she's trying to be the new Helena Bonham Carter.
Right.
We still have one. Why do we need a new one?
We still have a Michael
She's going
Jordan.
for the weird for the sake of being weird aspect.
Aren't I quirky and unique?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Okay, here's her.
I think she's now officially the final bosses of Not Like Other Girls.
Yeah, she's
it's
interesting.
It's a tattoo of a sad girl.
She is interesting.
Oh God.
But then again, if you know who my ex-wife is, you know that sometimes
she does kind of look like her.
Not so much look like her, but I feel like her aesthetic, like kind of
like the girl in the pink
fits.
there.
Yeah.
Get this lighting right. It's tough.
Oh yeah.
Like if my ex-wife had lots of money, she would be that weird.
Whole lot of money.
Like she cut all her hair off.
Yeah.
Jake, look.
I have like Julio and I talk about this on occasion. We're like, there's not a lot of women who can pull off like the super short hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh my god,
Natalie Portman pulled it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like she rocked it. Demi Moore.
Yeah.
She fucking rocked it. I thought she pulled it. She nailed it in G.I. Jane, dude.
I don't know.
Oh,
but that's right.
This is why she cut all of her hair off, because it looked like that before.
She had lice?
Well, maybe. Mayonnaise didn't work, so.
Well, she looked like Greta Thunberg. Is that the problem?
Oh God. All right. My list or Jake's wrestling? Or the bobbleheads? No, bobbleheads. I want to know where you got all these bobbleheads.
Because
where did these fuckers
I personally
come
love
from?
these bobbleheads that you somehow came into
He
ownership
acquired
of.
them.
I acquired them. Yeah, and there's a lot more that just aren't that as exciting or as cool. Like I showed you all the cool ones. All the ones that are just not a guy holding a baseball bat.
Yeah.
You know. One thing that Bailey kind of realized as we were sitting there, we were talking because Bailey really loves bobbleheads, and he's like, dude, the Mariners have the best bobbleheads like in industry wide, like in all four sports, like they have the best ones.
Yeah.
And like the more I thought about it, he's like, you know, the ones that the Mariners have that were like, that's neat. That guy's kind of cool. Yeah. That's what everyone else looks. That's their best one.
Right.
And like ours are just, oh, neat. It's a guy holding a bat. Like you gotta have something cooler than that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we kind of got onto this little tangent, and we got an offer up, and all of a sudden we find out that this guy in Kent is selling 14 bobbleheads, and there's one that I really, really wanted, and it was Ken Griffey Jr. doing the slide in 1995. It's called the 95 slide. It's one of the more sought after ones. And so the guy had it marked down from $100 down to 70. And the key to these stories and getting these bobbleheads is look at like the 5 and the 6 month old listings.
Yeah.
So the people have given up hope that they're going to ever sell these things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you come sliding in, and I was like, I'll give you $50 for them. And knowing that most people aren't going to have 10s, have a 10 on them.
Right.
So I'm willing to go to 60. I'm also like I'm willing to go up to 60 because you know the law of $20 bills.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes back and says, well, I don't have the 95 slide. I'm like, darn, that's the one I really wanted. Would you take 40 for the rest of them? Just absolute, just boom, let's go for
Chopped.
it. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Like that's the one I'm here for. Like that's the one you know everyone wanted. So like you just lost $10 off the top. Like that's
Right.
what it is. What
Right.
it is. So now I'm at 40. He's like, yeah, let's do it. Like it wasn't even a negotiation. He's like, yes, absolutely. Because in his mind, like I said, I'm sure he's like, here's $40 that I never thought I was gonna get.
They're just sitting in a box,
Yeah.
there in the middle of the floor. He's been like tripping over them for months.
Exactly.
And
So-
somebody's like, "Hey, I'll give you some money for that shit that's in your way."
Yep. And so I ended up with 6 of them for my personal collection. Kids took a couple because I want one too. I'm like, yeah, sure,
Right.
whatever. And so
Here, take the shit one.
yeah, well, I asked which one they wanted, and one of them actually asked for the one that was like $30. I looked it up later on eBay, and I was like, well, life goes on. But one of them I was happy to see stay in the house is like a hand painted Ichiro one, which is really cool. But Bailey did something really similar. Like he was on offer up, and we had to make a much further trip, but he paid $80 for him, and he hit the jackpot. He got the 95 slide. He got all the Ichiro ones, and he got the one that's like the hardest of them all to find, which is a little hit counter one. Like these are on for $100 themselves on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like he got a really solid collection. And like I'm looking at mine now. I've got 9 bobbleheads, all Mariners bobbleheads, just sitting on my counter now, and they're all unique in some way. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked. Like one of them's a Star Wars one. He's a Han Solo guy. That's pretty
That
cool.
one was cool.
Is that
One of
the who was that?
That was Kyle Seager.
Kyle Seager, yeah.
Kyle Seago is what they have it. Then I have one.
The
He's got
better
an eagle.
Seager.
Yeah. He's got an eagle on his shoulder because an eagle actually landed on his shoulder in pregame once.
The Paxton one, yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here,
Looking it up.
Yeah, look it up. The Ichiro and Ken Griffey Jr. going into Cooperstown. Then next to that, I got Edgar Martinez going into Cooperstown.
Yep.
I got 2 King Felixes, one with a robe and a crown, one standing in a crown. Then I've got my Ichiro and my Griffey that I got from actually going to games
During the national anthem.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Yep.
I'm a bird. I'm a bird. He's like, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
This is what it's like when I feed my crows. They're like, what's up?
There it is.
America.
Put your glove on your shoulder so that there's some leather for it to fucking sit.
The other guy's like, oh shit, better get that fucking bird.
Well,
like, hey,
that's funny because I just
saw
that I saw an old post on Facebook about how Griffey and Piazza, when they got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was super excited that year because those are 2 of my favorite players.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Griffey, ever since I moved to America, I've been a Griffey fan. Because when I was a little kid and moved to the U.S., like I loved baseball. Griffey was just like the hot thing at the time, and that's why I've been a Mariners fan my whole life. And then growing up as a catcher, Piazza was always my idol.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Dude, I was here in Seattle during the 94 season. Like
Yep.
I
remember,
listened to Dave Niehaus in 94 call those fucking games. Like
remember when Griffey came back to finish out his career in Seattle?
Yep, that's what that bobblehead is right there.
I get an email mid-deployment from my little brother, and he says, guess who's back in Seattle?
Guess who's back?
And so
Jake.
Yeah. Right? And he's like Griffey's back in Seattle. And I'm like, fuck yeah. When I get back from deployment, I'm flying to Seattle and I am watching a game. Guess who retires before the season finishes?
Griffey.
Griffey does. So when I get back, he's done.
Dave.
Yeah.
Well, you did retire from the Army.
Navy.
Whatever. Same thing.
Potato, potato.
Potato, tomato.
Potato, poutine.
Poutine.
Poutine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, goddamn poutine.
Put it in the poutine.
I believe, I believe I saw Griffey's last home run at Safeco Field.
That's so fucking lucky.
Yeah, like I saw him hit one as an old man, and he still had the swing, but it didn't go as far.
Didn't have the juice.
Yeah. Didn't quite.
Growing up, the every year my folks would say we're gonna go to a Seattle Mariners game for my birthday. You know, my birthday's in June. Peak
Perfect
baseball,
timing.
yeah. Peak baseball, warm weather,
hot,
just fucking dingas all day long, right?
Dingas.
Well, I also grew up. I didn't have a whole lot of money, so being in Southern Oregon and affording to go up to Seattle, drive all the way to Seattle for a baseball game, and then spend the night in a hotel, that did not happen ever. But it was something that I was told would happen, but it just never did. So when my brother told me Griffey was back, I got super amped. There was like a week on deployment where I was just fucking excited the whole time.
Going to a game.
I'm gonna finally see Griffey play some ball. I don't care if he's an old man. I get to see Griffey in fucking Seattle. Nope. That didn't work out for me.
I'm trying to think because I'm pretty sure Cal Ripken played in '94, and if he did, I saw Cal Ripken play.
Pretty sure he
I'm pretty sure.
played in '94. Yeah.
Cal Ripken played all the time.
Yeah.
All the games.
Yeah.
Well, he
All of them.
94 was the season his streak ended. So I'm not 100% certain I did see Cal Ripken. He only played 112 games. So there's like a 2 out of 3 chance I saw Cal Ripken.
Well, he was probably there still, so you could have seen him.
I probably saw him. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, who's that guy down in the dugout?
Who's
like,
Who's that really, really old looking dude who's always looked really, really old?
No matter
Cal
how
Ripken?
old.
Nolan
yeah.
Ryan.
Like he's Cal Ripken Jr., but he actually looks older than his dad.
He's actually Cal Ripken Sr. the first.
All right, what do we got now? We got
All right,
list.
I got a list.
You got a list. Check it twice.
So I'm gonna go with
Do I get high?
I'll go with the things we can talk about last. But like the first thing I wrote down, we'll skip and come back to. But Barbara Walters died.
Abba Waba.
Oh, Baba Waba.
Barbara Walters here.
The original Joe Rogan, where people would send her letters to get on her show.
They wanted to be on her show. Yeah.
Yep.
Like kind of like
She's the original Joe Rogan.
Then fucking Ken Block died.
Yeah,
that's
like, fucking sucked.
That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot.
Yep.
Then Jeremy Renner tried to die.
Yeah, idiot.
Idiot.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting back up. Then DeMar
Hamlin.
What's his last name? Hamlin tried to die.
Twice.
Yep.
Twice. They brought him back. He did not die. And then I wrote down Uncanny Valley. And I talked to Dave about it because I was like, do you remember that, Dave? Yeah.
I
Jake, do you know what the Uncanny Valley is?
I'm familiar.
So I saw this TikTok and it was like,
you sent it to me, I think.
Probably. The gist of it is like at some point humans developed the ability to tell what is a human, even when it looks really close. We notice the little things that make it not a human, and at some point, this is the theory, is that was necessary. We had developed the ability to tell what is and isn't a human because something was out there that was close enough to human. Yeah, the truth is out there. And I just thought it was really interesting because like what could be so close to
why would
humans that we were like we need to be able to identify. That's exactly what Dave said, is skinwalkers.
And then I said Wendigos.
Wendigo.
We were saying
Wendigo, baby.
Maybe the dingo ate you, baby.
Yeah, I kept saying Wendigos, and then Robin out of nowhere was like, Wendigos? And I was like, yeah, those motherfuckers. No, the Wendigos are from fucking Australia. Same thing.
They're like hoop snakes and drop bears.
Exactly.
That's also exactly what I said.
Exactly what we said. Yep. I don't know. I just thought it was weird, interesting.
That whole concept truth is out there. Where's David Duchovny?
Somewhere behind Scully.
I was gonna say he's behind
Scully
you.
is my original redhead crush.
It's everybody's original redhead crush.
Yep.
Like no, Jessica Rabbit.
I was gonna say Jessica Rabbit. Never. I was about to take that back.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Ariel, then Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. And actually, if you go back further, it's Daphne
Annie
from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, yep.
That was when I was like.
I'm more of a Velma dude. I'm more of a Velma guy.
You like
when
I
was
lost my
3,
glasses.
Daphne and Velma were my pretend girlfriends.
Yep.
Both of them.
Dude, a thick ass fucking nerdy brunette.
Mhm,
And then
ass
you've
fucker.
got
Oh god, I'm
you've
getting a
got,
heart boner right now.
well, that's
a
just
heart
normal.
boner. Oh, heart boner might be the name of the
Heart boner.
episode. I'm
Then
gonna just
there's
write it down.
you've got Betty Rubble, she had black hair. What was Wilma
Wilma?
Flintstone? Then you had God, what was the Jetsons? Judy Jetson? No, that was a daughter.
Mhm.
George Jetson.
Jane, his wife.
Jane was a redhead.
The Elastigirl. If
Um,
we're talking cartoons,
yeah.
Elastigirl. Whew.
What about
we're not going to talk. Let me Jim Rome this show for a second. We are not going to talk about our 5 cartoon hall pass list, okay? We're not going to talk Jessica Rabbit. We're not going to talk about Mulan. We're not going to talk about Pocahontas. We're not going to talk about
Jessica
our
Rabbit
top
was
5.
stacked.
Yeah. We're
What
not
about,
going to talk about
You're stacked pretty
the
good.
blonde chick from Real World.
Whoa.
The Brad Pitt one.
Yeah, Kim Basinger.
You mean Cool World?
Cool World, whatever. I never
yeah.
watched it.
Wait,
I don't know.
Oh, he said Real World.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Real World.
I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
What
Know
about
what I mean.
the
I
chick
say.
from Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, Ginger.
The Professor
See?
and Marianne.
See,
Yeah, Ginger.
Marianne. Again, I'm a Marianne.
Was Jeannie a redhead from I
No,
Love
she-
Jeannie? I Dream of
she
Jeannie?
was blonde.
But Lucille Ball was redheaded.
Jeannie's way that's. I wouldn't say way up, but that's up
All
there
the
on
way
Robin's type list.
Blondes?
Small blondes.
Mm-hmm. Heard
Mhm.
that. God, Margot Robbie though.
Yeah, she's leggy blonde. That's like Stacy Keibler.
She was too leggy.
She makes
No,
really
what?
good
No.
cookies.
What was that, Dave?
Says she makes really good cookies. Make those little fudge.
Yeah, she made me fudge.
Oh.
Butt stuff.
I pooped.
Oh God.
Yeah, so speaking of wrestling.
Yeah. Well,
So I look down at my phone as I'm walking out of Climate Pledge Arena with a belly full of big chicken and shack sauce and a heart full of wrestling, and I've got like 11 missed calls. And that's an exaggeration. It was like 3, and like 4 text messages like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then messages like, "Yep, Dave and I are just sitting here on Skype, not talking to Jake." And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I thought for sure I said that I was going to AEW this week. Like, I thought I said something about that. I had to have. There's no way that I just didn't mention at all that I was going to wrestling. Like, I had to have said it at least once. Like, and so Robin sends me a snap. What was that, yesterday?
I think it was Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
And you can actually hear exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me go, "Hey, so I'm going to wrestling on Wednesday." And Rob was like, "I remember when they used to do wrestling on Monday."
That's the end of it. And if you listen, Jake was about to say,
so
you can hear, you started to say, so we're going to have to record some other time or something like that. But I interrupted your thought process.
my brain kept
and
going.
we just fucking moved on.
Yep. My brain, my brain just kept going and completed the thought.
So a week ago, Dave and I are sitting here on Skype like we always do every week, Wednesday, 7:30.
Meanwhile,
we're sitting here. We're in the same house.
Yeah.
We're on Skype. We hit record.
We're talking to each other.
We're just talking. I'm like, all right, so here's what I wrote down. We're going to talk about Barbara Walters and Ken Block and Jeremy Renner and yeah. And yeah.
And then I get out and I look down at my phone and Robin's like, "Where you at?" And I was like, "I was at AEW." And Robin's like, "Well, hey." Pretty much all you can say at that time.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, like we went back and the evidence is there. I did try to say.
You started to.
I started to
tell us, and
then I just didn't bring it. It was like forefront of my mind for like a week. Like, I'm going to wrestling on Wednesday. I'm going to wrestling on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the thing I realized, And like I went to the show, it was a lot of fun, very hot crowd. I mean, if you liked AEW and you saw the show, I mean, it was really fun. It was a good show. But what I realized when I went to go see Jushin Thunder Liger, wrestling Brian Pillman Jr., I went to a show and I was talking about it, and my friend Lonnie, he's like, "Hey man, can I come?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's really cool. Like, absolutely." And I want to make it clear, like, absolutely, I'm really glad he was there. I'm glad that that I had someone experience that with. But what I realized when I went to this show and like other shows that I've gone to by myself is like subconsciously, whether or not I realize I'm doing it, I'm holding back a little bit.
Mm.
Like I don't completely get sucked in the way I do when I watch by myself if I'm with another person. Like I think that would change like if I was there with you because you have been
I was thinking about it when you said the whole thing about you like going by yourself. I was like, I bet it has to do with who he's with. Like, because
Yeah.
if you go with the kids, not the same experience as
Right.
if you go with me or like Ryan or anybody that you used to watch wrestling with or still watch wrestling with or have talked about wrestling with. Like
right.
there's just there's a history that comes
Yeah.
along with wrestling, and if you don't know it,
You don't know
and
it.
the other person that's with you knows it, or vice versa, it's not the same.
And the hard part is for someone like me who like I grew up loving wrestling and like I know so much about it and like I watch it now because it's almost a compulsion. Like I watch wrestling because I do.
Mhm.
And it's weird to go with someone who doesn't come from that same sort of background because like at some level they're scoffing at it. And like that's fine. It's not for everybody, but like it's weird in a way to be there and be like this is my shit, dude. And like I know it's not
Yeah.
your shit, but like and I think to me that's why I was like it's better for me to go alone,
Yeah.
because I don't have to worry about that.
Well, on some level, it's like going to the Ducks games with
Right.
somebody
I
who
was
doesn't
just
really care about sports,
Right.
or
I,
like, because, yeah,
I was gonna say, so before I
Or
moved
the
back,
Ducks.
remember I came down here. My ex and I came to a game.
Yeah.
We
The
tailgated.
Ducks.
good
Um,
Ducks.
Go Ducks. We tailgated and then we went to the game, but her and I sat separate of you.
Yeah.
Whereas I sit with you when I go now this year. I
Yeah.
sat with you.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I was really glad to share that moment with her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Saturdays
the
are
same,
for the boys.
right? Like she even graduated from U of O,
Oh,
and I was super amped.
But she doesn't love it the same way you
But
do.
yeah, she doesn't like she'll watch I shouldn't say she will. She would watch football with me whenever I wanted to watch it. But watching football with her and watching football with you guys, especially the Ducks, is a completely different thing.
yeah.
I liken it to a spiritual experience, honestly.
Right?
Like not in a weird way, like honestly though.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
like I had in that game, and this is a weird thing to get into, but I had one of my first panic attacks in a long ass fucking time at that Duck game with her.
Ass fucking.
Because I wasn't drinking or smoking like I usually do, where I could numb my brain.
you can relax.
Yeah, and deal with the amount of people.
The fact
you
that
guys,
there's 60,000 people around
yeah,
you.
because you guys both know that like me and large groups of people really, really don't get along.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like,
Don't
like
mix.
there's people that don't like large crowds, and then there's
That's me.
people like me that are like, oh no, if I'm not intoxicated or
Some level of fucked up.
yeah, some level of fucked up, I'm gonna end up in the corner crying.
Yeah.
Right? So I loved going to that game with her and doing that, but it's like I said, just like you at
Yeah.
AEW, it's not the same.
Yeah. But I gotta say, I was really grateful for the experience to get to like just cheer, like something happened. I was it was unexpected, and I didn't feel bad about jumping out of my seat and going, yeah, like
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
yeah, it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also learned, like they tried to give me a seat filler ticket, and that's all well and good, but if you're not front row, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah. If you ain't
So
first, you're last.
yeah, and so if I'm not there, I'd prefer to be up, like way
Where
up
you can
top, because
see.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
see everything. The
Yep.
screens are up there. Like
Right.
you're not watching the screen like this.
Yeah.
You know, like it's much better up top, and it's cheaper. But they have a big chicken in Climate Pledge Arena.
That's so
Oh,
awesome.
God, that's
They only
ugh.
have a couple. They have the sandwiches,
good
and
enough for me.
yeah, a couple of them. So I just pulled the pickles off of it and poured shack sauce.
Ugh.
If I next time, I might just try to abscond with a whole tub of shack sauce,
Do it.
because
Do
they
you
had
not
like
pickles?
gallon jugs. I hate pickles.
Really? All right. Send them over my way.
You can have all the pickles.
I always order my chicken sandwiches with extra pickles.
Well, you can have all the pickles. Like I get people's extra peppers. You can have all the extra pickles.
I actually asked them not to slice them so I can get a whole pickle and just one
Just slurp
bite.
it.
That's more of a textured like thing.
Yeah,
for you.
that's more
not
of a
the
pleasure
same.
thing, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was someone we were both familiar with who tried to get me to eat pickles for a while, and they're like, "Here, eat this," and give me one of those big fucking hot mama ones, and like, "Here, just
Oh,
take
yeah.
a bite." I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, yeah. And so eventually, I ended up taking a bite of this fucking pickle, and it was the food equivalent of the first time I heard the song "Old Town Road." Like, I chewed it up and I swallowed it, and I looked at it and I was like, that was the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. Please never make me do that again.
Don't ever make me do that again.
It was like same exact that, like, I listened to the entire song. I hit pause because I didn't want it to start over, and I said, that was the worst song I've ever heard in my life. Please never make me listen to it again.
Is it that bad?
Old Town Road, I think, is the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's come out with a couple others.
Okay, cool. They're
Did-
better than Old Town Road. Never heard them. Guarantee
Yeah.
they're better than Old Town Road.
Old Town Road is very much like a Florida Georgia Line song. So
Yeah.
it's not rap or rock or anything, but it is country.
I don't even know who Florida Georgia Line is. Like
Exactly,
if you showed
because
me
they're
if you
that
showed me a
country.
picture of them, I'd be like, is that Diamond Rio?
I mean, I probably couldn't point them out either, but I know what they sound like.
They look like every new aged country douchebag with the long hair.
They look like they
And-
graduated from Florida State 10 years ago.
There
And
you
they're
go.
still there.
Mhm.
That's they still hang out and go to the games.
Like
Hey, not that there's anything wrong with
They
that.
grew up in
No.
Southern Georgia and went to Florida State.
Yes.
They all got their degrees at FIU.
Exactly. Well, maybe.
One of them got a degree at FIU.
They say
Yeah.
they're country, but they get angry when there's mud on their tires.
Right. Ain't got no mud in my tire.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
Got- Get on the pavement.
Right, God
Pave 'em
dang
up.
it.
God dang it. Pave them up and get them dadgum street tires.
Get in there, got chew them up. Man, if I wish I did have an extra set of tires to burn up for old Kenny B.
We need to make a country song like backwards, like too much dirt on my tires.
Yeah.
Something like-
I got
All right.
too much
start
dirt
that.
on
I'm
my
gonna
tires.
Yeah.
I've been
Started-
leaning
start
too
it this weekend.
close to the fire.
Well, it's like that. Who is that guy? I don't remember his name. Chase
Chase
Rice.
Utley.
Yeah, I hate Cowboys is
Cowboys.
the name of his song. I hate
That's
Cowboys.
a good song though.
Their big old hats are dumb.
It's a good song. I dig that song. It's funny, and when you actually listen to the song, it makes sense
Yeah.
for
I'm a
a
big-
guy to say I hate Cowboys.
Do you remember what the name of the album was?
Do you remember the West Texas Rednecks?
Oh, I hate Cowboys and all dogs go to hell.
Yeah. here's the album cover, Jake.
Wait, is that all Wheeler Walker Jr. or Wheeler?
It's actually his dad. in Wyoming in like the 80s.
No,
All
but
I'm
that's,
saying-
is that old Wheeler Walker Jr.?
It's Chase Rice.
Oh, do you know about old Wheeler Walker Jr., Dave?
I know of him,
I think you'd like old Wheeler.
probably.
He's a wheeler dealer.
If he's if
Wheeling,
it's
dealing,
country
kiss
music, but
stealing.
it doesn't
No, wait,
sound like
that's not
new
it.
country music, I probably would like him.
Let me read you some of the song titles.
Song
See, I start talking about country music, and I got them song
Shit.
titles. You start talking about country music. What?
What?
Oh, it happened to me again. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was in Idaho.
All right,
I had,
here we
Mhm.
I had a few
All right,
people
Dave, are you
ask me
ready?
if I was from Texas.
Oh,
They said
nice.
I had a Texan accent.
Like, no, from the
Like,
Philippines.
They're from
No.
Idaho. They haven't
Yeah.
fucking left the county
But
they're in.
That also used to happen to me when I lived in Seattle. And I was like, I don't sound like I'm from.
You're basically in Eastern Washington, so
Yeah.
this makes sense.
All right, here are the 15 greatest hits of Wheeler Walker Jr. from the compendium "Fuck You, Bitch" all-time greatest hits. Track
Amazing.
1, "Fuck You, Bitch." Track 2, "Puss in Boots." Track 3, "I Like Smoking Pot." In parentheses, a lot. Track
You
4,
sound weird.
"Beer, Weed, Cooches." "Finger Up My Butt."
Oh.
"Save Some Titty Milk for Me."
Wait, I thought you were naming songs, not David Deaton's biography.
These are the chapters.
Drop 'em out.
Drop 'em out. Let me see you
See
them
them
titties.
oh,
Yeah,
take a
that's
look
where
at
that's
them
from.
Big
That's-
old titty.
That's Wheeler.
Yep, that's him.
Summers in Kentucky. I'm sure that's something. Rich Some Bitch. Ain't Got Enough Dick to Go Around.
Hey,
Oh,
you know,
this is definitely out of David's book.
I'm getting real. I'm feeling a little attacked right now.
Sit on My
And-
Face.
Fuck. God damn it.
Eating
all of my
ain't
favorite
cheating,
things.
no, so sit on my face. Eating Pussy, Kicking Ass. Drunk as Fuck.
I'm about to model my whole life after these songs. Wait, I already do.
Yeah.
And the last one, Go Big or Go Home.
God damn it. This is correct.
That is it.
I told you you'd love old Wheeler Walker Jr.
Why
He's
have
right
I-
up your alley.
Why have
Yeah.
I?
Just go ahead and write that down, and then Wheeler Walker Jr.
I'm already
and then
opening it on fucking Apple Music.
I'll remind you. Yeah, there you go. Well, hey.
Well, hey. And you know, these people,
Hey, people.
they could have been anywhere
Hey
in the
there.
world. But they're here with us. We
Hey, Les.
appreciate that.
Hey,
Make sure you're checking us out on
Now
YouTube. You can see our beautiful faces. You can see me look directly into the camera and dead the fucking thing on the entire show. And also, try to figure out what game I'm playing on my phone that keeps me focused. It's a lot of fun. That's my favorite thing to do. But for this episode, this edition of my show with Alex and Jake, good night, universe.
That's the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming in.
Coming in. That could be another line that you use that nobody knows what it's from.
It's true.
We were here first.
Lugnut fixed it.
Lugnut fixed it.
Son of
Yeah,
a bitch says it all the time.
You acted like a real McAsshole.
I can't believe I didn't know that the other day. Idiot.
I got the fries that'll crush your eyes. I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the burgers. Well, I just got
I got
burgers.
Alrighty.
All right, boys. Deuces.
Alrighty.
Oh, hey, we forgot to mention Gabe Birch coming to Oregon. Our D line is going to murder people.
Yes. I just saw that right before I got here.
I was just talking with Riddle's football coach. He's like, well, it's going to be a couple of years before, or at least another year before Landon gets that defensive line. I'm like, I don't know, man. He's fucking putting together.
70,
stuff.
like I said, 75% of the players on the roster are landing guys coming to this next season. So, it's not really it's not a 3-year plan anymore. It's more like a 2-year
And the guys
plan.
that stuck around are not fucking slouches, really.
Yeah, like everyone who left, I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so stoked as a defensive guy myself for us to have a head coach that is a defensive-minded dude.
Yeah.
Oh man,
We need him.
Well-
we need Lanning to actually call the defense though, and just let Tosh Lapoy be there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Lapoy cannot call a defense.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. Maybe though, with time, those two being together, Lanning can be like, "Hey, here's where we should be going a little more aggressive or backing off," and
Yeah, Lapoy needs to learn what his head coach wants.
right.
I mean, because that's really, I mean, yeah, you got your,
And that takes
you got your
time.
OC and your DC. They've got their responsibilities, but one of their responsibilities is to do the shit that your head coach wants done.
Yeah.
That's what I liked when Lanning said, our offense has a concept, and our offensive coordinators will work within the concept.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
gonna
It's
be
not
good.
not the other way around.
So, all right.
Alrighty.
I'll let you boys later.
Bye.
All right, later.